so much for being able to reschedule this. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Safety first.
For sure. I appreciate it. I appreciate you being so flexible.
I feel bad for you. Sorry, man.
No, it's okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for doing this. So our podcast is about your journey in music and how you got to where you are now. Obviously we'll talk about your new project. I don't know if you mind talking about the old band at all. I don't know how that.
No, we can touch on that too. So
okay, I just because I know it's probably a big part of your journey.
I guess the label, sometimes you end up having journalists that only want to talk about that band, and I barely get to say anything about my new band. So that's a little annoying.
I want to talk about your new project like a lot. I just want to, because we go like linear, so it'd be how you got into music, and then that band obviously, and then we'll talk a lot about your new project.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Cool. How do I pronounce the name of your old band, if you don't mind me asking?
Kvelertak.
Kvelertak?
Kvelertak.
Kveler?
It's like it's a Q in the beginning.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. Rad. Thank you so much. It's Erlend?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Right on, man.
From one difficult band name to another. So.
The other one though, the other one's you phonetically wrote it out, which is rad on Instagram. So it's Hjelvik.
It's YELL-vik, but Hjelvik
it's
sounds
YELL-vik?
cool too.
Oh, yeah. It looks it says. Oh, YELL-vik. Okay, got it.
No, I'll take Hjelvik too. That's acceptable form as well.
Okay, cool, man.
Yeah.
All right. So, are you born and raised in Norway?
Yeah. Actually, not. Sorry. I'm born in Japan, and
oh wow,
a city called Kobe, but I only lived there when I was a baby, and then my parents moved to Holland, and we lived there till I was around 6 or 7, and then we moved to Norway. So.
Oh wow, born in Japan. Were your family military or like?
No, my dad was like a sailor's church priest.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So they have like Norwegian churches all over the world. So he was in Japan working there and in Holland. So.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So most of your life in Norway. How old were you when you moved to Norway? I'm sorry.
I was 6 or 7. It was right around the time of when the church burnings and that kind of stuff was going on. So.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Wow. So you moved eventually to Holland or Norway at 6, and then how did you get into music?
Yeah, I guess we had a piano in our house when we moved to Norway. So then I was I volunteered to start learning it. So I started taking piano lessons once a week for like 6 years. And then I was in not a marching band exactly, but I was in a marching band too in school a little later on. So those were the two things that got me into music, I would say.
Piano. What would you play in the marching band?
Something called the alt horn and baritone. I don't know if it probably has different names in English, but it's like a tiny tuba kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. But piano originally, and then how did you transform into obviously starting in a totally different lane as far as like piano goes?
Okay, so when I was like 12 when I was 12, I was asked by some guys at school who were a few years older than me to join their band and play keyboards. And it was like a cover band. We were called we were called Nobody Knows, and we played everything from like Johnny Cash to Jerry Lee Lewis to Metallica and REM, stuff like that. It was just a weird mix, and we played like youth clubs and stuff like that for a while. And then one of the guys in the band had the bright idea to record ourselves during practice, and then we disbanded.
Oh really? You played it back and they're like, okay, this isn't working out.
This is a waste of time. Thank you.
Yeah, totally. So that band obviously disbanded. Did you continue with music in high school? in the band form?
Yeah, I started another band when I was 15, and that was with me as a singer, like singing metal style.
Was that your first like singing in a band?
Yeah, that was a band called Aspn, and it was just like really primitive, like teenager metal, I would call it. Just a mishmash of lots of different influences. And I would actually practice my singing when I was working as like a farmhand, like milking cows.
Oh, wow.
I guess, yeah, cowboy, I guess you would call it. Yeah.
You're doing that while in high school and playing in that band?
Yeah, like right before high school and maybe like 1 or 2 years into high school. So, and it was the same thing there.
Covers
Yeah.
or originals?
Well, we had like one cover. I think we played like "The Roof Is on Fire" by Bloodhound Gang or something
cool.
like that. Yeah. And we had some of our own songs, and we played one show and disbanded after the first show. It was there was an ad in the newspaper where they said, "Okay, you'll get $300 to play at this culture festival," and we had to take a boat to this place and play the show there. And then yeah, we just stopped playing after
after
the
that
guitarist
show
became depressed. Yeah.
was that your first experience playing in front of people, or were you playing in front of, or have you played shows with the other cover band?
Yeah, we played shows like at youth clubs and stuff with that first cover band I told you about. But
yeah, okay.
Yeah, but I guess it was the first show as a singer. So
how was that? Was that different?
I mean, yeah, it was fun. It was just weird, like, you know, people didn't really give a shit, and it's like we were just doing weird stuff on stage. Like we had like a projector with like the lyrics on like this celluloid paper, so we could like show it on the wall while we were playing. And
oh, that's cool.
Just a bunch of like stupid stuff. That was fun.
That's creative. I haven't seen that before.
Well, it's just using the stuff that the school has to offer. So
yeah, but still, I mean, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, from that band, and then what was the next band you joined, or what kind of happened next?
Yeah, so Bjarte, the guitarist in Kvelertak, he actually played drums in that band I just told you about, the Abaddon one.
Okay.
And then we moved together into a house in Stavanger when I started studying at the university there. And I don't remember what he did, studying or something too. And then, yeah, that's when we started Kvelertak together, living there. So.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
And then that band obviously took off. So
yeah.
what kind of, talk, can you, I don't know, like, do you want to talk a little bit about that? And like, how do you guys get signed? And like, I'm just intrigued about that part of the journey.
Yeah. So I guess we started Kvelertak like 2006 or 2005, maybe even. And then we were just writing songs in like the basement when we weren't playing World of Warcraft or whatever. So we did that and made like some bedroom demos and stuff. And then we made a like kind of like an album called West Coast Holocaust. And it was just like just a collection of all the demos we made. Mm-hmm. And a few of those songs made it onto the first album. But anyway, so we did that, and then we played the Vikedal lineup together, which kept changing for a few years until it became steady, like in 2008 or 9, when we got to the right drummer and the new guitarist and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And we were just playing like as many shows as we could, mostly in Stavanger. We played something called Punk Rock Festival every year, which just let pretty much anyone play.
Oh, that's
that was
cool.
A lot of fun. Yeah. So it's just a huge lineup with like, I don't know, it was like 50 bands in a day or something like that. So it's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we would play in Oslo once in a while. There was like a talent thing, or for up and coming bands, something called B-Larm, which we played a few times, and I guess that's where we kind of got discovered, because there was one show we did where we were suddenly booked for like one of the biggest festivals in Norway the next day, and we got a booking agent and labels were interested, so we just kind of got like buzz going just on account of having crazy live shows and stuff like that. So
oh wow. And then, well, okay, so like you that's good. So you got discovered. Like, tell me about that. Like, how did you get discovered? Just from playing? Like, you played a show, and then the next day you got offered to do this really big show. Is that what you said that happened?
yeah, that happened, and I don't remember who we played with, but it was just yeah, we were playing the show, and then there was just a bunch of like what do you call it, like industry people there. Like
Right.
suddenly
Oh, it was like a
we were having,
showcase. Yeah.
yeah, and I guess that's the point of that kind of festival, is for those people to see the new bands, like, and they like handpick the bands that get to play there. So yeah, so a lot of stuff happened from playing that B-Larm festival. I think this was maybe 2008, and then that's where we got our booking agent, and we signed up with indie recordings for the first album, and yeah, we got to play this festival that I talked about, and then things just really snowballed from there, because then we the next step was going to America to record the first album. And
wow, that must have been pretty big deal to fly fly to America. I mean, fly to a totally different country to record a record. Where did you guys record?
We recorded with Kurt Ballou from Converge. He has a studio in
wow.
Salem. Yeah, so we were pretty stoked just to have that happen. Like, we just sent him a message with just a few demos, like I think it was on MySpace or something, like, hey, would you be interested in recording us? And then the next day he just wrote back and like, yeah, let's do it. And
wow.
So that was a big deal for us. And then the same thing with like John Basley sending an email out of the blue that he got the promo from some tour manager or something like that, and wanting to do cover art for us. So that was awesome. Yeah,
that's crazy.
So it just all kind of fell into place. So it was kind of weird how it happened.
Yeah, and you played in that band for a number of years, and
till 2018. So I spent 12 years from I started the band till I left. So yeah,
and then
now okay.
And then you have a new project now.
Yeah.
And tell me about this. Is this like a solo project? Do you have a band together? How did this come to be?
Yeah, I call it a solo band because I write all the music and the lyrics, and that's my name on the cover, my last name, YELL-vik. And yeah, of course I have to have a band, so I have some really great guys from all over the world. Rob Steinway from Skeletor plays guitar. On the album he plays both rhythm and lead guitar. And we have Kevin Foley, who's French, and he's played in bands like Abbott, and even like supported or played drums for bands like Sepultura and Sabaton and stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so he's a really great drummer too. So he plays drums on the album. And then we have another French guy playing bass, and his name is Alexis Liu, and he's from a band called Benighted. So yeah, it's a really great lineup. And now we also have another Norwegian join the band, who's not on the album, but he's gonna be part of the stuff going forward.
Very cool.
His name's Remy Nygaard, and he's from a cool band called Inculter, which is like a black thrash metal band. So I'm stoked about the lineup.
Yeah, that's amazing. And were these guys that you said the one guy played guitar on the record, but did you build the band kind of around what you were doing?
Yeah, I just chose the people I thought would be the best fit for the kind of music or I wanted to make. So yeah,
that's cool.
And people I wanted to have with me on stage when we start playing live as well. So.
Yeah. Well, when did you put this record together? Because obviously the world shut down, and I was wondering, like, when the record, like, how many years was this building, and then you put the album out, or you're getting ready to, and then coronavirus happens. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I've been listening to it for a long time now. Yeah, so the album was recorded September, October 2019,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess it was totally finished with like mixing and mastering like right around the beginning of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, as for writing, I wrote all of it from beginning of 2019 till the summer. So I spent like 6 months writing all of the music and the lyrics, and yeah. Uh, okay, did I answer your question there?
Yeah, no,
I guess.
yeah. So you put 6 months of work and you're writing all these songs and recording them, and then you put the album out, or you're getting ready to, it was
Yeah,
mixed and mastered and everything, and then obviously coronavirus hits, and then everything
yeah,
kind of goes on pause.
yeah. So that happened. The Corona stuff happened right when we were talking with the Nuclear Blast about signing. So it just made that whole process take a little longer because suddenly they had a lot of other stuff to think about, and signing new
Obviously,
bands.
yeah.
Yeah, so it just kind of delayed that process a little bit, and which is fine. Yeah. So we ended up having the release date November 20th, which I thought was, yeah, I'm still happy about the release date because
Uh-huh.
I feel like there's not going to be too much of a gap, hopefully, between the album coming out and being able to perform the songs live.
Right,
So
right.
yeah, so I feel good about it. I think we're gonna be able to play next summer at least. So
Yeah, that'd be
yeah,
great. Are things opening up a little bit more where you are, or not really yet?
yeah. So far they've been allowing shows for like up to 200 people, which doesn't work for us, but yeah.
Which is, I guess that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, it works like if you're a singer songwriter and just one guy in the band, then that's ideal, I guess. But
Right.
yeah, no, but I want to wait till you can play a real show anyway. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so they're gonna start vaccinating people soon, and I guess they're gonna start softening the rules like this spring or something like that, leading up to the summer. So we'll see.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
we have at least a festival booked in Norway for the summer, the biggest one. It's called Tons of Rock, so I really hope that happens.
That's cool. That's
Yeah,
awesome. Wow. Well, talking about playing shows, like have you guys had a chance to practice with all the guys that you selected for the band in a room yet?
yeah, not since we recorded the album. Then we just had like 2 days together where we just ran through the songs just to set the right tempo and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, no, but I look forward to having real practice. Practice session. We're gonna build a practice space in our basement in our house here, my wife and I. So then we can just have the whole band fly in here to Norway and we can practice together before hitting the road. So
Wow. Yeah, that's cool. And
yeah,
then,
it's gonna be fun.
yeah, very exciting. And then the record's out.
Yeah, it came out November 20th, so
Mm-hmm.
it's been out like 2.5 weeks now, I suppose. Yeah.
Is it weird not being able to like tour and promote it right now? Like,
Yeah, it is weird because normally you'd put an album out and then tour your ass off like right
mhm.
after it's out or while it's coming out, you know. So it's kind of weird just to put it out and not be able to like really do anything more
Right.
besides to promote it besides just whatever you do online or and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's weird, but it's been kind of nice. It's been kind of nice too in a way, and for us that's starting a whole new band from scratch, it's been kind of nice to have some extra time and not have to focus on getting ready to hit the road right away too, because there's a lot of stuff on our plate with starting everything from scratch. And yeah, here in Norway we have our own record label too that we're putting the album out on, so there's some extra work involved with that. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, so it's been kind of a good thing and a bad thing, I guess, the situation as it is
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Well, is it hard? I mean, I'm sure it's hard to promote without being able to do the shows. You got to
Yeah.
do the online thing. Are you gonna do the online thing as far as streaming goes, or you're just gonna like wait until it's ready? You're ready to play live. You're not gonna give
Yeah,
it away.
if we already had been like touring for a long time and stuff like that, then yeah, of course I would do the streaming, but I don't want that to be like the first thing I do. So yeah, so I'm gonna keep that in the back pocket for
Yeah.
the future. Yeah.
That's cool. Right
Yeah.
on. And then with was it like writing this record, this solo record, do you feel like it was a lot different than writing songs for your previous band?
Yeah, it was a lot easier to just work by yourself instead of being in a democracy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that was a lot different. Well, I would always work on the lyrics alone, but yeah, it's weird because or it's been really nice because before I would just get served the music and then come up with the lyrics and figure out how to sing on top of it. But now it's yeah, it's just easier for me to write the music and then I can picture where the vocals are gonna go, like as I'm writing it. So to me, it feels like it's a little more coherent when the way I'm doing stuff now.
That's very
And
cool.
yeah, and it's been nice just being able to do whatever the hell I want and yeah, just follow my gut feeling. So
Right. Yeah. Then you don't have other people chiming in. You can kind of just do whatever you want.
yeah, because everyone has a different vision or whatever of or expectation of how they think things should be. So it's nice not to have to conform to that.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Erlend, for talking with me today. I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you so much too. And
Yeah.
I hope your neck's gonna feel better soon.
Thank you. I do have
Yeah.
one more question for you.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I want to know if you have any advice for aspiring artists.
Yeah, I would just say try to do as much as you can by yourself before involving other people. Just everything from yeah, recording to yeah, just try to learn everything you can about business and before involving like record labels and stuff like that. Especially these days, I think it's easy to put out music on your own first when you're a new band. So yeah, so that's the advice I would give, and yeah, just play as much live as possible and keep at it.